Did you know that you can get a free month's access to our training app with the code podcast? On our training app, we have over 40 programs for things like strength and conditioning, power building, bodybuilding, and powerlifting to improve your performance in the gym. We also have a bunch of educational resources on the app that cover things like recovery, nutrition, technique, and training principles to ensure that your behaviors both inside and outside the gym align with your performance goals. Again, you can use the code podcast for a free month on the app. We'd love to see you check it out. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to help. Welcome back to Strength Cultures Podcast. Number one in the hearts, number one in the charts.
The Celtics suck.
Yeah, boys.
Blew it.
Go Heat.
We were going to do a live watch party on the. We were thinking about it.
Selfishly, I was on the way to work, and I'm like, how am I going to watch this? Surely watch it on the podcast. We didn't have to.
Do you reckon we could actually do a watch party? Do you think that's something that we have the attention span to navigate a podcast and watch a live event?
I think we do if we have topics, but watching. Like thinking about what my dialogue was watching that entire game, it was just every time the Celtics did something
nice
good.
Hairline.
That's
We said a lot of
say
inappropriate stuff.
Every time the Celtics did something good, I just said fuck you, and every time the Heat did something good, I was like fuck yeah. So I don't know if that's good dialogue for the
very comprehensive chat.
Special comments from Buzz.
I reckon if it was like a Q&A or something, we had like 15 questions to get through, but all the while the basketball's in the background. So we just cut to some live takes on the game.
I'll have to listen to like a fight companion or whatever that they do it with the MMA.
Yeah,
like how do they actually do it?
Do that after?
No, they watch it live.
They watch it live.
Yeah, like
just
how
the last quarter. It's too long. You can't watch the whole fucking game.
Like how do they actually navigate? Are they talking about are they comment? I don't know if they wouldn't be commentating, but
they're doing their own commentary.
Yeah,
the boy this commentary.
Let's see it.
It wouldn't be pure commentary though. I feel like it wouldn't be. I don't know. I've never seen one. It wouldn't be pure commentary.
I feel like you have to do some research.
Yeah. It's fight companion.
Yeah.
It's like one of the boys. You're sitting there with a couple of boys watching watching the fight.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it would be. I don't know.
Yeah.
If we had topics, I feel like I'd just like watch it the whole time if we didn't have any sort of structure.
So
yeah.
I'd forget we're on a podcast.
I've got nothing.
I was going to say, do we have some crystal balls for what am I trying to say here? Some tips for the NBA Finals. Who we got? Nuggets
sweep.
As
much I want the Heat to win. I love Jimmy
Jimmy's
Butler.
got that dog in him.
I love the Vincent and Martin, their weapons, but
4-1.
Gentleman's sweep.
Gentleman's sweep.
I reckon 4-2.
How is 4-1 a gentleman's sweep?
That's what I call it.
And you would typically lose the fourth game and then win the fifth.
Yeah. So you go up 3-0.
You go up 3-0, lose.
Basically, you make it impossible for them to win. Give them one, and then you get them.
Yeah.
Gentlemen's sweep.
The dream in me wants 4-3 Heat Nuggets. The realist in me says fucking 4-0 Nuggets.
Your head says sweep. Your heart says game 7.
Yeah. Just Jokic, man.
Jokic is too good.
That's slick Slav. That just gets it done.
Slick Slav. He's a freak. He just sort of plots along, and then like you just look at his he just sort of like plots, and then at the quarter time he's on like 8 rebounds, 15 points, 7 assists, and it's like what the fuck?
It's like just chucking. He just chucks a 3. Like there's no shots. They're just
from
like
behind his head,
from behind the head, just tomahawk.
And he's 7 foot tall. Like how do you?
Unbelievable.
Big boy. Nah.
40-point triple dubs.
Yeah, he's a freak. And then if Murray gets, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4-1 as well. I think 4-1.
I reckon they'll snag one.
I hope so.
Has there been a clean sweep in the finals recently?
Oh, I don't think recently, but it's happened.
We need Alex Hayes for those sort of.
That's Alex Hayes.
I know a lot of LeBron stats, but that's
James
about
Novice.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Cool. How was the novice comp team? We were away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We being
Charlie and I. Yeah. Charlie and I were away.
Just the real coaches, Didier and I.
The dedicated ones.
Yeah, coach the shit out of the day. No, it was good. It was good. We had I had a few. I had 5 people do it. I had a great day, and I think they had a great day as well. No, they did. Everyone came through with PBs. I think it was a nice like intro. No one had done like a competition before. Some had dabbled in like pure like barbell training. a few. So Vic and Mark literally just started like barbell training like 10 weeks beforehand. They'd played around with some squats and deads in their training, but hadn't had any like long-term blocks doing it. So there was like the challenge of getting exposed to the skill and the general rules of powerlifting and just like the experience of the day. And they came away with some big PBs. Who else was there? Amy, Jeremy. They nailed it. Like it was just, I don't know. It was just a good day. It was good fun. It wasn't too much pressure for the people that were lifting. They all finished up. They started a bit nervy as expected. Like it's the challenge of the day, but all wrapped up thinking, shit, that was fun. I enjoyed not only the day but the lead up into it, which I think is the goal for peaking for something. It's like, yeah, the day is mad, but that lead up is really the fun part.
Yeah, you should be enjoying that process.
Can we explain? Because I actually had a few people ask me this question: what the difference between the novice comp is and say another comp? Because I've actually had people on the gym floor ask me, what's the difference between our novice comp and the one we're hosting?
Before we go there, has anyone actually coached a novice comp before? Because I never have. I've never been to one.
I've coached one before.
Yeah.
Nah. Which is pretty similar to how ours.
Yeah.
So for the most part, it's basically the same format as a regular competition, except for it's not part of a federation. So there's no specific equipment you have to wear, because in a regular comp you have to wear a soft suit. Well, that's the main thing. You don't have to wear a soft suit. You can just kind of rock up in whatever clothes you're wearing. Obviously, you have to wear like shoes and like the standard stuff like that. But like, you don't have to have like a soft suit, which can be
like someone pulled in socks.
Some people pulled in socks. So we did come out.
Anthea asked me a few weeks before, and she's like, you sent an email saying everyone had to wear shoes, but all my lifters wear socks. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, don't worry about it.
We were going to say you had to wear shoes, but then one of the girls on her first attempt, she was in socks. She like slid. I'm like, I'm going to take your socks off. You'll be better off barefoot.
So she went barefoot?
Barefoot, because in socks, with sumo, sometimes you slide a bit.
Bandit.
But yeah, it's obviously you don't have to buy a soft suit. You can kind of rock up in the usual gym clothes.
There's no membership.
You don't have to purchase a membership, and that's always the case with novice comps. But other than that, it's the same. You do your 3 attempts of each lifts. There's refs. Obviously, there's white and red lights depending on if you get the lifts or not. It's a similar format. 2 flights, a bunch of lifters followed by another bunch of lifters. And yeah, like other than that, it's basically the same pacing. And everyone, like is the case with comps, everyone gets a chance to max out. So it's good fun. And I definitely feel like that was probably the big thing, as Buzz was talking about, that most of the people got out of it, I'd say, is just like the enjoyment of it. Because even though it's not as high stakes or like formal as a comp, I still think people did really get the, I guess, benefit of maxing out an environment where the music's playing, everyone's getting around you, the crowd, Connor on the mic and all that type of stuff. And I think it definitely elevated a lot of people, because you can max down the gym and like,
it's not the same
on a random Tuesday night, but when it's like, this is your moment, fucking all the other lifters are watching you, you got the spotters there geeing you up, like it's just cool. And you definitely saw a few people who haven't had that kind of experience before, who have otherwise just been gym lifters, definitely like kind of step things up a little bit and really like just seize the moment, which is awesome. And it's just fun. It's just an enjoyable way to kind of, I guess, finish a period of training where you've been pushing hard towards maximum.
Yeah. And I think it is. I think it's just a cool opportunity for people that even have no intention to do
formal competitions. It's like, I want to max out. I want it to be a sort of event. I want it to be sort of something that I'm training and putting all my energy into, but I just don't have that much of a care for like sanctioned powerlifting, which I think is pretty cool. You just remove the barrier of having to pay for membership and just go send it with your friends.
That's it. And it's for most of them, it's the gym they train at as well. So like, there's that added benefit.
Do we drop the name novice?
Or what we call it?
Or do it?
It's like, it's not specifically a testing day. I feel like a testing day is like you just in the
gym, yeah. We do them all the time.
It was still a competition, like
novice comp.
And
keep novice.
You keep novice?
I think because everyone knows what a novice comp means, and I think the benefit of it as well is
fun
that
people comp.
Fun, a place to have fun,
fun guys,
fun
and enjoyable lifting day.
But I was gonna say with the
community fun lifting day event.
I was gonna say with the
buzzwords,
the thing with like having like the refs is obviously the refs aren't being super specific with all the minor rules. Like it was. But there's still some type of like, I guess it's pressure. It's like you have to perform this lift to a certain way. It's not just, I do it in the gym and whatever happens. Like, all right, I need to nail my execution with this. Not only do I need to lift a weight, like I need to do it to a certain standard, which just elevates it a bit versus you do in the gym like, oh, that was mad. But knowing that you did it to a standard with the refs, like it just makes it a bit more fun and like it's a bit more of an accomplishment, I think, even if it's not within the bounds of an actual, sanctioned competition.
Yeah, I think and I know we've all sort of experienced this, especially this year, and it's something that we've been trying to lean into more just with our whole like business and sort of what we're promoting a little bit more with like the events, I guess. But there is, I've never met anyone like Mark Loriola. Like, shouts out Mark Loriola. I don't know if you listen to the potty. I reckon he probably does. Yeah,
he does. He messages me sometimes.
Yeah,
it's funny.
It's the 245.
Pull 245. Like Charlie knows.
hectic.
I was calling him.
Were you a coach here when he first started?
He took
I was
his
his first
assessment.
coach.
Oh, you were the first coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he first started, like he was doing like goblet squats with like 8 kilos, split squats.
Struggled to do a body weight split
yeah.
squat. Not from like a strength, it was just motor control just wasn't there for
Yeah,
it.
just had like no training experience or anything, and then
Couldn't
pulled
do-
245.
pulled 245 kilos. Like, and I was
Crazy.
thinking last night, like I reckon that's probably from a client perspective, it's got to be like near like the top 10.
250, around the 250.
I reckon 250 is like a proper like.
Not that many people pull that much. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, it's
big
low
number.
80s as well.
He weighs like 85
Yeah,
kilos
exactly.
or whatever. Like, yeah.
And then, like, when he first started, because I've known him for years, because I went to school with his sister and stuff. He's just been around, like, the friendship group and the footy clubs and stuff. But I would never have thought when he signed up that he would be, like, interested in, like, barbell lifts or whatever. But then I asked him, like, did you have a good time? He's like, I fucking loved it. Like, it was like, I've never seen or met anyone that has put their hand up to do one of these events that has turned around and been like, that was a waste of time. I shouldn't have done that. Like every single person always is like, that was awesome. Your sister at the at her first USAPL, like
It's the
Tess
same-
is not a lift. Like she's not a power lift. Not like like an ego. Like or none of that. Doesn't share her lifts. Doesn't do any of that stuff. But even still, she turns around. She's like, I'm going to do this event. I'm going to give myself 12 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever it was, to like learn the rules and go through this process. And her and Lexi turned around and were like, that was fucking awesome.
Lexi wants to do nationals.
Yeah,
That's her goal,
nice,
to
yeah.
do nationals one year, this year or next, probably next year. I think she said.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think anyone ever. You definitely afterwards, it's a very
Accomplished feeling.
motivating feeling. I think everyone goes through the same thing though. The 2 weeks out, because the fatigue's quite high. They're like, oh, I feel like shit. What am I doing? And then it's the same cycle. They get through the taper, they do the comp, and they love it.
Yeah.
So
And then it's just a fire it brings for the next lot of training. That dog for the next lot of training. I feel like it was like there was one consistent thread in all the messages that I got from everyone that did the novice comp on Saturday, and they're like, where's my next block?
What's
They're
next?
Like,
What's
the
next?
next
Yeah.
block was in there. They're like, I can't wait to dive into this. And I just like, usually people like, they might take an easier week or whatever else. Like, nah, fuck that. Where's my training? I want to get straight into it. Like, I'm G'd up. And I'm like, I think it does. Like, it's.
Well, I
it's
saw
for
Mark
it.
last night slamming SSB straight away.
Yeah, straight into it.
Yeah.
Just straight into it. So I think it's good for long term. Just something to train.
Enjoy,
for.
and we've all felt it. But you put these dates in this push pull run date, like it just you just enjoy the process more. Like you're focused. You say yes to more of like to those 50-50 days. You're like, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to like it. Just
It's like with anything. Like there could have been so many times over the years where I'm like, oh, would I try running? Would I try get better at running? I don't know. But now it's like, on this day, I need to be able to run this distance as well as I can. Versus me
And
coming
beat
into that,
everyone.
like, let me try get better at running. I don't know. Nothing does it for me. But it's like, you need to be able to run a mile as fast as you can. All right, we've got a date. It's specific. There's going to be tested. I have to be there because I've committed to it. I can't just not rock up. Like it pushes you to actually
Sure.
reach towards something.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to not peaking this next training.
yeah, you were saying that before.
Big peak guy.
Before we switch conversation, I just want to say that we are going to run another one. Our what do we end up calling it? A fun lifting day event, novice comp,
Fun
guys.
people,
Fun people,
enjoyment,
fun event.
lifting day.
rainbows and sunshines. But we are going to run another one on September 16th. And as what we did with new people that were coming, obviously our current members, just let your coaches know and we'll just throw you in. But for new people that want to get involved and undertake a process like this, we have a 10-week program that begins on July the 10th that will lead you into the September 16th novice competition. So that is available to you. We have a heavy discount if you're new to the gym and new to the environment. We'd love to see you down here and get involved. You also get some free access to the gym once per week to come and see your coach and experience sort of the community here if you're in Melbourne. So please get involved. It will be the first link down below in this episode because We love it. These events, like, we want to do more of them. The push pull run will run again. We want to do more of these novice comps, more community stuff. Like, it just makes this whole process so much more fun. So get involved if you're in the area. We'd love to see you.
Literally every facet of the process, like coaching, like I find the check-ins, the people, like my clients are just more G'd.
They're more engaged.
On a session, on a week-to-week basis. On the gym floor, in-house clients, and just the overall vibe of the gym. And everyone knows in some capacity the vibes are high. In some capacity, the people, it's like, what are you training for? I'm going for this. And you just see the overall G up and just people getting around each other more and more is sick to see. I had one other thing. Oh yeah, and online clients. The online clients coming in for more periodic sessions and just being a part of it a little bit more. It's like it's a cool. Like I think what the most enjoyable part for me, I'll just look at the triathlon prep for me, was the shared experience. Like it's me, it's my mates. We're putting in the work. We did this together, and then we get to the end of the day, and it's just like
You celebrate together, yeah.
And you celebrate together, and it's just like, I don't know. It becomes more than training. It becomes more than just lifting weights. And I think it's
similar thing in the lead up to this one. Like always with our online clients, if they're in Melbourne, like we always push them to try and come down to the gym as much as they can. It can be challenging sometimes because not everyone lives around the corner, but definitely whenever it's these things, whether it's a powerlifting comp or this novice comp, the offer's always there, but people just take it up more. And like Tuesday morning, me and two of the novice comp clients were training every week leading up into the meet. Like it wasn't super convenient for either of them, but they made it work because there was something that we were all pushing towards, and it gives them that kind of push. And I'm sure with the future novice comps or push pull run or whatever it is, like it's even happening now. Like you've got some clients coming in for push pull run, like it just kind of bolsters the community, I think, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. And it was good to see it. Just online clients that have been in twice, and it's like our in-house, like athletes, clients,
members,
just members. Nice in between. It's just like G'ing up someone they've met once or twice. Just like
it's cool.
Let's do it. Cool. Like you're part of it.
And then even like on the day, like these people, they might have never met each other, but I think now they've all kind of found some friends through the process, like with shared interests, shared fucking hobbies. It's cool.
Couple DMs on the gram.
Oosy. And just goes without saying, but big shout out to all our members who helped run the day.
Oh, absolutely. How'd Fish go?
Fish, big shout out to Fish. Fish crushed the MC gig. Usually our main go-to NCs are the two Jamies, but
NC.
You're done.
Are we done now?
You're done.
Are we done?
Fish is,
no, we're not
Fish
done.
got it.
Sorry, I love you, Fish, but we're not done.
Fish has got it. I vote 3 votes for Fish. He did very well. It was natural. Like it is something that can be.
So you're voting against us? Is that what
I'm
you're
voting
saying?
against you. Fish is our man.
Interesting.
Fish is our man. No, he did very well.
It was first opportunity to turn his back on the boys, and he fucking just dogged us.
Watch out.
Fuck you, did he? Yeah.
Keep your enemies closer. But nah, Fish crushed it. Like it definitely like helps to set the vibe and just kind of get around the people lifting. But big shout out to Fish, the refs, the volunteers. Very appreciative.
Any ref mishaps?
I was good.
No, they were good.
The only thing was
First squat call of the day. It was Tony Vu forgot.
Well, when we forgot,
he was just waiting a bit.
I didn't say squat.
Squat. Was it for the rack?
Oh, the rack.
The rack.
I don't know that.
Who was the first lifter?
Oh, was it?
I think it was Diana.
Diana, one of Anthony's girls.
The only thing is with soft suits have a purpose. So soft suits allow you to, like, for the ref to see, is your butt on the bench, is like whatever.
Depth
so
and stuff.
Some of these guys are wearing like super baggy t-shirts. So we had to get the guys to tuck their shirts in. Because like Elise and Dave B on the side are like, is their ass down? I don't know. So we're just going to want to tuck their shirts in.
So it was a tucked in novice comp.
Tucked in.
All right, that's the only rule.
That's a good strategy for next time. If I have any lifters whose ass is coming up, like untuck it. Wear baggy tees.
Wear a dress. Everyone's just rocking moo-moos. Mad. Thank you very much to everybody in the community that allows us to run these events. We do
100%.
appreciate it. And if you want to get involved, first link in the bio for Novice Comp number 2. But Jamie, you were saying you're sick of peaking.
I'm not sick of it. I'm like yesterday's session, I'm like, this is mad. Like this is, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm peaking. I'm peaking at the moment. Every session, I'm just like, this is sick. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sending it. And it's unreal. And it was just like, I don't know, just a chat that I was having on the gym floor yesterday with a few of our members. And I was just like this, like from the try peak into the push-pull-run peak. And then just
because you went straight in, didn't you? Both of you boys
it was like
did.
1 week of just mucking around. But that week did testing anyway. No, we finished the try and then we did the Coopers the week after. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
we did. We probably had
So stressed.
we had a down week.
My cup's full.
We had a down week. Oh yeah.
It was barely a down week. It was barely.
You all right, Charlie?
It was barely. I don't know. Maybe you were a Celtics fan.
So I'm depressed. Yeah. So, nah.
Just sitting there with like you're looking like a little grandpa, like with your arms sort of crossed across your belly. Like,
I'm high. No.
what are you doing, man? Can you wake up?
I'm awake. I'm awake. It's just.
Your eyes say otherwise.
No,
What's that? Yeah.
Triathlon.
I had a low stress week.
a low stress week, low stress day. Yeah. Continue. Continue.
Where were you, boys?
Yeah. All right. I won't bounce off you for this one.
No, bounce up. Bring me in. You got to bring.
Come on, we got to bring
No,
you guys
so
in.
we finished the
gotta
try,
bring
and
the
then that
team
week
in.
we did the Coopers test. We pretty much got straight into it, which was mad because push pull and like it's sick and it's been hectic the whole time. But there were a couple of things. I was talking to a few people on the floor yesterday, and we're just talking about mile times and whatever else. And I was like, I think for everyone, it's like of the coaches, I'm the most experienced at running, and I started running in December. Like we've all run in the past, but I started running in December. You know what I mean? So from that, try prep.
That's 3 times as long as me, bro.
I've never ever trained running.
Yeah, me
So
neither.
my running
Me
was
neither.
all from footy, basketball, but I've never actually. This is the first time in my life I'm actually training for running.
Yeah.
Ever.
So,
And it was because of the try. Started
yeah.
the try.
And they're saying something because December to now is what, 6 months? So been
Well,
running
we
for
started before that.
All right.
Oh, are you saying like as you started your running for the try? Would have been October-ish.
No, I pretty
his
much got
fucked ankle.
surgery. I was like,
When did you start running for the
no,
try?
I was like just started like around November. I was barely running. That was like rehab.
When the fuck did we do the try? Oh, March.
Yeah, March. We started around December.
Had
So
my dates all mixed.
what am
I thought you're the dates guy, Charlie. Come on.
Fucking
Oh,
shit.
that's how you know you're stressed. Jesus.
Fuck, I was fucked it. That's right.
This has
We
been
started
the,
running
the
after
longest.
nationals.
All right. So my point is, like, I've been running for 6 months,
Yeah.
which is not a long time in the
No.
scheme of things. In that, it's gone from like try prep, so there wasn't as much like zone 2 or structural time to develop. Like,
Haven't built that base.
didn't build that base, and then it was straight into peak, which is like a lot of speed work. And what I was saying to a lot of the people is like, if I'm the most, and everyone's been doing for like 6, 8, 10 weeks, what the fuck do you think's going to happen the second push pull run when you actually have a bit of time to build the base throughout the middle of the year? Like without specific work, without like the amount of speed work or hard 400s, which I do think have a limit in terms of how many weeks you can do them for.
I've hit the peak of that already.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
My bitchy little base of my pyramid created a very small vertical opportunity.
I was listening to big old Stevie
Magnus.
Magnus, about the VO2 stuff and that more like it's very acidic as well. So like you can't, and you get a really acute response for a short period, 4 to 6 weeks, and then it just
High demons
drops
as
off.
well.
It's fucking demons.
It's high demons.
The demons come out, they chase you.
Oh yeah, demons came out big time. My demons were they came out and almost came out in the form of spewing Charlie's
But in
car.
saying that, I think the demons come out in the long distance.
I think the demons are just always there,
They're
man.
just there.
bro, I
'Cause
got-
Louis Phillips, he did his first marathon, and I watched the reel after, and someone was filming, he was on the ground. It was like just under 4 hours to complete, and he's like, that was the darkest headspace I've ever been.
Really?
And I'm like, he loves running, and I'm like, fuck, he would have been seeing some fucking demons.
Yeah.
So they're the long shits, it's demons all the time.
I know that last 400. I had the first moment of like not self-hatred, but like I don't know, I put myself the fuck down on that last 400. I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like the last, I was like, what the hell? Like, who was that? It was like, I don't know, it was my first
Alter egos.
like full split personality. It was like the last 100, and I looked at my watch, and I looked at the watch, and it was like, I had like 100 meters left, but my pace was slightly under my average pace, and I was like, oh, you can back off. Like you've already hit the average pace. Like you could back. You've done a good job. And then this second voice came in, and it's like, you better run faster, you fucking dog. Do it. Like you're worth nothing. And I'm like, all right, no worries. I did it. But I was struggling in the car afterwards.
We went to the beach after. He was in the car. You actually were going to be sick.
I was like the whole time. It was the first
Acidosis.
session.
Got
Acidosis.
that metallic taste in your
that
mouth.
Oh, I had that everything. It just wasn't good.
Had that dog.
You know what I found the most beneficial for me that period when we did those tempo intervals? It was like 3x8 and 3x7. Like I really liked that. It was like, yeah, the 400s are hard.
Yeah, I just think on the spectrum of base building, like the tempo work, because you did the steady stuff, like from an intensity stand, it is definitely lower. This top end shit. It's like doing
hard.
singles year round. Like it's
hard.
It's hard,
Well, even,
stressful. Like it's heavy. There is a bit of like. There is that psychological component to it as well, where you got to be on for it. You got to push.
You can't
a bit
like switch
more.
off for it.
You can't switch off for it. Where like a steady run, like you can go for a steady run and it's meditative. Like you go out and listen to some tracks. Like it's it's easy. So I'm just looking forward to just not a bit of non-specific work, a bit of base building, because I know what it's gonna do to set up the next peak that bit more.
Yes.
So yeah, that's where I'm at now. That's not the competitors listening. I'm still fucking going hard. So
Still coming.
I'm excited for the base building stuff too, because I haven't really. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really done it too much. I felt with the try, like we were doing big brick sessions. I felt really fit, like it was good because we're doing they were long sessions by the end of it, and with the swimming throughout the week and stuff. But yeah, at the moment it's just very like I'm microdosing the zone 2 work in, like 10 we do 10 minutes and then 10 minutes after the session. So I'm still getting like 20 minutes in and try and make
like your warm up cool down.
Yeah, well, it is warm up cool down, but it's the VT one, the higher up end of zone 2, just to still litter it in there. But yeah, last week's running was fucking dog shit with my shins.
Yeah, your shin splints are back.
Well, I don't know if they were back. They never were there.
You've never had them, have you?
I never had them.
Oh yeah, yours was
just from
yeah.
It's we know what it's from anyway. It's from what Buzz said. Went in up to my running from 2 days to 3 days. Did the 2 higher, faster work days back to back on Tuesday, Wednesday. Week 1, felt it. Ooh, not too bad, recovered. Week 2, definitely felt it a bit more. And then by Friday, I was like, wow, no, they're sore. So this week, no running back to back. Only going to drop to 2 days again. Wednesday, Saturday. Didier gave me some good advice from Jimmy Jans when he had his shin splints.
Well, yeah, the key from my experience with shin splints was the biggest thing that Jimmy Jan stressed was if your shins are like significantly hurting, just give it time. Like don't run, don't jump. Like it's not like one of those things where you can just like work through it, because then if you push too hard, you put yourself on a hole and then it's going to be around for like a week. So that definitely helped me. Like I skipped a game of basketball and like pretty soon, like because at that time I wasn't running yet, pretty soon it settled and I was able to kind of up my minutes and stuff like that.
So
it's not like muscular strain.
Yeah.
Like muscular strain, like you work through a bit, like you start loading.
Like we always have muscular strain. Like we never don't have but with this stuff you can't.
Yeah. Even this stuff like this, if it feels bony, if it feels jointy, it's just like you can't rush it. Like you just can't. You're better off taking a few days off and then just getting into it.
So I'm gonna do the air bike today instead of the run, just to get some more aerobic work in there, and then hopefully be okay to run tomorrow. And just got to build up that dog. That dog, because
shin dogs.
It's definitely like when we were doing all through the try, even up until now, all the slower stuff hadn't done it. It's definitely
the high end on the track,
faster. Throwing in some hundreds.
There's VO2 sessions, we were like straight in there.
Even those VO2 sessions, I was all right.
Do you do your fast?
It's the fast shit. I've been doing hundreds and shit.
Do you do your faster stuff on like the ath track?
Yeah.
Do you think that? This might be a stupid question. I actually have no idea. So it feels softer than what you usually run on?
Normally.
It's a harder surface to run on though.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because you're running faster. You put more into the ground.
Yeah, right. Because most of my speed stuff I've done on grass, so maybe that's why I've been all right.
I think grass is slow.
Yeah. Slow, but I assume then you won't. Your shins aren't going to cop it as much because kind of like
you're moving slower.
You're moving slower, but it's like more cushiony. I don't know. Is that?
Yeah,
do you reckon that's
fucking oath it is.
Man,
I don't know. It depends how much dog you got in you.
I don't know.
You got that dog.
I try, but
I don't know. I
there's
give
not
myself
much
a stress fracture on any surface. What do you reckon?
Concrete.
Put that dog into
There's
the
a dog in
ground.
me. It's just slow.
If you enjoy the way in which we talk about training outcomes with our clients, or our programming strategies or nutrition interventions, there's a fantastic chance that we would be a great fit for you if you're looking to take your training further. If you'd like to learn more about our gym and coaching services, both in person and online, there's a link down below where you could learn more. Or alternatively, you can reach out to me via Instagram or through the links in the website, and I'd be happy to chat about linking you up with the best suited coach so you can accelerate your training goals with us at Strength Culture. Now back to the show.
But I definitely think, I don't know, I'm still like, the zone 2 work on a bike is just so much nicer.
Nah.
I prefer, actually, having done it now, I prefer zone 2 running. The bike is just,
I'm talking about a road bike.
Sucks.
On a
road
road
bike. Okay, I thought you meant inside. Yeah.
No, I hate the bike inside. I'm going to do it today because I have to. But,
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like the bike, I get bored. Like, I'm like, all right, I know I'm going to be on this for like 2 hours. The run, I don't know. There's something about it. There's just like a degree of challenge.
I get bored on
the
the run.
Shorter.
The run gets hard for me. Fucking just like this heavy thing.
What are you weighing at the moment?
You haven't done it. You haven't done it. Like, it's just.
Yeah,
You're
that's why I'm
back
saying
up to 105.
The bike for those like central adaptation. Yeah, I think the creatine.
Creatine bloat.
Your brain swelled.
I started taking creatine.
Frontal cortex.
6 weeks, 8 weeks, a while now.
Have you got a headache at the front of your brain?
Yeah, from working too hard.
Too much pressure.
Too many thoughts.
I think it is the body weight increase. It spiked up quite quickly,
Hang on.
and then now it's plateaued.
What were you weighing at nationals?
Similar to now, 100 about.
And do you reckon you're leaner now?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So
Recon,
I
baby.
dropped from 108 down to about 105. The lowest I got for the tri training was 101.9 because we're doing a lot of. But now I've also been training a lot harder. I think probably built a bit of muscle, the creatine. I think there's a couple things.
Creatine.
So you're sitting at 105 at a leaner body composition.
Yes.
So would you say creatine gave you shin splints?
Yes.
Far out.
Did.
Maybe that's what it was. A little 2-3% spike of body weight in that last couple of weeks.
I started rubbing.
Creatine.
No, the body weight went up. It's definitely the higher threshold. The creatine I've been rubbing onto the shin splints.
Yeah, just straight in.
Just rub it in.
They do the Epsom salts. You soak your feet. Just dump a hell bunch of salt in
creatine.
your
Have a creatine bar.
Do you reckon you'd float? Is it like the salt thing?
100%.
Go to what are those
Creatine.
tanks? Those float tank.
You've done float tanks before.
Yeah, I have. It's
What do you
very-
reckon if
very
you took
salty.
mushrooms, went to a float tank, but there was creatine? How jacked would you come out?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like you'd just be
mushrooms. Why the mushrooms?
Because like you just got to feel it and get into
You'd
it.
manifest the creatine
Yeah.
somehow. I don't know. It'd come in there.
Well, the whole point of the float tank
Seep
is
in through your
it's meant
third
to
eye.
be like that experience because you're depriving yourself of your senses. But it's very salty. You don't want to get that water.
I get
that's why it's
anxiety just
creatine.
thinking about that. My chest is like tightening up to like no senses, no sight. I'm like, ah.
I also want to say, Didier, you're looking steezy today, mate. You look like an absolute
brown on brown dog.
No, but it's
That
even
was
the
great on great
haircut.
dog on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I'm just about matching colours. I'm inspired by Jesse
Jumpsuits.
Waterman. Shouts out. You've always got to be matching.
Yeah, look
Let's
at
get a
you.
let's get a strength culture jumpsuit.
We need a
going.
jumpsuit going, I reckon. Maybe we go navy.
I've watched too much Sopranos. It's all about maxing.
Let's get it. Let's. I reckon we go pants and a
You're
quarter
just
zip
missing a chain.
Yeah, gold
You're missing
chain.
a
I don't know if I can go that
And I
far.
think you got to ditch that t-shirt underneath it.
and a gold tooth.
What colour do we have to go?
no,
White.
you just
better.
ditch it. If you're going Sopranos, just ditch the tee.
I definitely think if it's Sopranos, it's just a
Or
white
white
singlet.
singlet.
White singlet.
Yeah.
All right, next week.
White singlet tucked in.
Next
White
week
singlet,
we'll up
start
the game
rocking
a bit.
beaters, and then just the chain.
Piece by piece. Yeah.
Yeah, piece by piece.
by piece, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you're looking very steezy.
Thank you. Thank you.
It looks
Appreciate
nice.
it.
Absolutely. It's a good look.
Speaking of Steez, when's our next drop coming out?
We're very close, actually. We're very close to having our new order of stock in. Everything has been, the manufacturing process is nearly completed for our drop 3 and drop 4. So shit's coming. And the Heavies Want to Run. The Heavies Want to Run t-shirt though, I don't think we're going to get out in time. The Heavy Run Club. Sorry.
Heavy Run Club.
There's
Yeah.
something off about that.
Yeah.
I'm glad Donnie realised.
The Heavy Run Club. The Heavy Run Club
Heavies Wanna
tee.
Run.
I don't think we're going to get out before Push
Heavies
Pull
Wanna
Run.
Club.
Although we might, because our printer is an
I
efficient
really
printer.
want it. I really want mine to take on my holiday. But that's if they're ready by push pull run, I'll be able to. But
We'll ship it to you. We'll ship it to Mykonos.
ship it to me. That'd be Anyway, well, if they're ready, they're ready.
Well, I
If
think
they're
we've
not,
got the
they're
designs now.
not. We've got the designs. Just waiting on all the
sent off
shit.
the
Just
last
waiting for the
email.
manufacturing. You know, fucking these pipelines.
Supply chain, man.
Supply
You know how it
chains.
is, yeah.
Supply chain issues.
Yeah. Internal supply chains. Tough out there, you know. Inflation. Portfolio's dropping.
Nah, portfolio's going up.
It's all happening. It's
I
all
haven't looked
happening.
at my portfolio. I haven't looked at the price of rice though. This rice I get, $20 a bag. Don't ask why I get this rice. It is hectic. It's $20 a bag. It's gone up to $30 a bag. Bloody dogs.
Bloody governments.
These are
Boy, shouts out.
Woolworths. They're trying to.
50% increase.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
it's massive.
Is that 50%?
That is 50%.
I was trying to work out the percentage, but I thought I'd leave it to you. You guys, much better.
Big maths guy.
Go on.
That's a huge
It
increase.
is
Huge increase.
Big increase.
$20 for a 10 kilo to 30.
How much rice are you getting for $20?
10 kilos.
It's a lot of rice.
That's a lot of rice.
Do you have a rice cooker?
I've got a rice cooker. But this is like, even for 10 kilos of other rices, it's a lot cheaper. But I like this
What brand is it?
Hinata. It's sunrise, but it's like a Japanese one. I don't know. It's like a shorter grain, real fluffy.
Nice.
Put a bit of chicken stock in there, mate.
So you cook it with chicken stock?
Yeah, that's mad. Just gives it a little bit of
Bit of fucking
little bit of
there you
tang.
go.
Flavour.
Bit of flavour.
What I've realised for price and staying full, the bodybuilders were right. Oats. I've literally never had oats in my life, just never. I've started having them. You have with the oats, obviously you add milk and stuff. But what equates to 150 calories. I'm legitimately full for 5 hours. It's actually insane. I swear nothing has ever been as filling as a small bowl of oats. Banana, honey, cinnamon,
Yeah,
It's
you put
crazy.
berries and shit.
I don't get it. It's
I've
just
never made oats good once in my life.
you got stove,
You-
slow. mix
Do you
it around.
stove them till
you
they're
gotta
like fluffy?
You can make it in the microwave.
You can, but we're connoisseurs over here. We
You
got to
can't make them dry. If you make them like clag, it's the worst thing in the world.
You got to find that. You got to sit there,
gotta be-
stir it until it's the right consistency. Pull it off.
It's got to be a bit sloppy.
A little bit.
Sloppy's not the
Little bit.
nicest word.
Needs to
But
be a bit moist.
bit sloppy, and you
sloppy
got to have
boy,
sweet
yeah.
shit in there. So like a
Of
bit
course.
of honey, some berries, cinnamon, shit like that.
But it's actually mad,
What
and
about-
it's cheap as. It's like $1.75.
Oh, the best. That's
kilo
what I put in my
or something.
smoothie every day. Oats, fiber.
What about overnight oats?
Clog your ass up.
I like that. I like them warm.
You're worrying about sloppy
Winter.
being a yuck word.
Can't say sloppy.
It's not a very nice word.
But
Speaking of not
sloppy
nice.
doesn't sound like a night like a word to describe food to eat. Like I don't know if there's a fucking
Yeah, but clogging your
Talk
ass
about your
up
asshole in the same sentence is
really
really
makes
pretty
it
good.
sound more appetizing.
asshole is never going to be nice. You never
So why'd you
talk
say
about
it?
your shits, but in a nice way. Food.
I'll tell you something funny from last week. So last week I think was probably our most loved episode
Ever.
If you haven't listened to episode 80, to the man that comes along from episode 78, you came at the right
You're in
time.
for a wild ride.
You caught episode 80, but apparently there's a new drinking game for you, Charles. I don't know if you saw it in the Discord.
I saw the comment.
The new Discord, the new drinking game is have a shot every time Charlie interrupts with something pointless.
I didn't see.
No, it was something out of context.
Out of topic.
It was out of context with no context.
Jamie Foxx is
it was
talented.
pointless.
The fans are loving it.
Far out. Coming swinging.
But you know what? Calling out to the fans, you're all talking shit because none of you are going to actually play the drinking game.
Oh.
Big words.
Give us video evidence that you're actually
big
playing
words,
it.
but I want to see some video evidence of you actually playing the drinking
Well,
game.
maybe
Yeah.
At 9 a.m.
In the
when
Discord.
the Christmas
When it
special
comes
this
out
year.
at 9 a.m. on
Thursday morning.
Thursday.
I reckon there'd be a few people that'll have a shot at 9 a.m. on a Thursday.
Well, it's not one shot. It's every time I say something pointless.
Depends how many times you say something pointless.
Could be 6 shots.
Could be a few. Could be a few.
Couple of fucking dogs out there.
Get him, Charles. Get him.
Oh my god! Have you got anything to say to Woodford?
Nah, he's wasting my breath. It's not even worth my breath.
I loved his the training vlog. I loved the
I
training.
love
vlog.
the training vlog.
Someone commented on it.
You go just straight into it, but it's because I know it's not like
It's not real.
we're.
It's not like real beef.
You would be the worst fighter. I've said this 100 times.
I'm not a fighter,
Yeah, but I'm just saying you would be the worst fighter. One,
but I don't want to be
there's
a
no
fighter.
belief
The hype man.
that'll win it. Two, hype man. Like I've been watching the McGregor doco.
Sell
Yeah.
tickets.
You got to sell tickets.
Bums
man.
on seats.
Sell tickets to who? There's no one coming to push pull.
I reckon there'll be people coming.
We're not
Push pull run is the
selling
biggest event of the century. There's going to be people. There's going to be lifts. There's going to be fast
I
running.
reckon you got to start a fight with
Yeah,
Woodford.
this is what I mean. Yeah.
Someone's got it.
You got to bring it up. Woodford is the A side here.
Nah, I'm
You
like
bringing tickets in?
I'm like Devin Haney,
Yeah, and he's got no following.
but he wins.
Yeah, but no one cares. That's the
It's
issue.
not me. I can't be fucked. Can't be bothered. I'm just not a beef.
Come
kinda
down to
guy.
push pull run, the most depressing
and
competition.
no one's
in
gonna
the
be
history
excited.
of anything.
There's no
There's going to be no
not me.
narrative.
There's going to be no big lift.
You know how powerlifting's not you? It's just not me. It's just not me. Beef.
It was you like last week. You just like ripped his hand.
called him old.
Yeah,
but
you
now-
called him old. You made an Insta story, and now you're backtracking.
Yeah, I'm just like, it is what
You
it
got to get off the creatine. I think there was an inverted U of like,
You've taken too much credit.
You've OJ'd
your
on
cells are
creatine.
far too saturated, and now it's just I don't know. It's weighing you down there.
It's all the weed I had before.
It gave you shin splints, got you ripped.
The creatine gave me shin splints.
The creatine gave you shin splints.
Nah, the shin splints is
too powerful.
2 days in a row of fucking speed work.
Under 6 kilos of water weight from creatine.
Saturated.
You're too
Nah,
saturated.
2 to
bro.
4 pounds. It'd be
pounds, huh?
well,
2 to 4
I
pounds.
looked it up. When I looked up how much weight you put on by creatine, it was 2 to 4 pounds. So
1 to 2 kilos.
1 to 2 kilos.
Do you reckon it actually has done that?
Yeah, because my weight went up quite. It sort of got up to like high 4s, 105, very quickly, and it's just held.
And it's held there.
And
Have
I
you-
haven't really changed my eating or anything.
Have
But
you
you've been
felt
taking
any,
it every day?
Every day, I did it on the weekend. We're away, but yeah, every day I'm at home. Yeah.
Have you felt an improvement in gym performance? Because what the
one,
typical
2
anecdote
reps.
is, those sets of 10 and 12, you'll really just have another rep in
Yeah.
you. That's the
It accumulates
How
over
much
time.
is it just fucking just training though?
yeah. Do you
know
reckon
what I
it's
mean?
had
'Cause,
any?
Well,
Because it is like the most heavily support. It's one of the most heavily supported sports performance supplements. But
it's cheap enough that it's worth having a go at, because like there's a lot of supplements out there that I think will give you fuck all, and they're quite expensive, and it's just like, don't waste your money.
And have like science behind them as well.
But how much of it is like, so when I look at, so the things that are progressing the most in my training are the things that I've done the least of. So I'm like doing flat dumbbell press, and they're going really well, but I haven't done a lot of flat dumbbell pressing recently. So how much is it that it's just novel stimulus? You know what I mean? So is it, you'll never know. We don't have a control of me, so.
Very logical of you.
Yeah. That's how I look at it anyway. And I just think, we'll take it. It's there. We've had a bag of it at home forever, so I've just been putting it in my smoothie and shit. Yeah.
Top level fighters don't have logic either. Too much logic. Creatine's the best shit I've ever taken. I've had a 45 reps for my flat dumbbell press.
Discount code.
Yeah, I got a discount code. While you had it, buy some knee sleeves.
But the fighters also don't tell you all the other shit.
Speaking of
on top of the creatine. The other stack that
APO.
I was going to say, speaking of discount codes, I was probably one of 10,000 people this week that got an email from my muscle chef for a $250 voucher, but I'm not going to take it because...
What?
They sent me one of those things. Hey, brand ambassador deal. We'll send you $250 worth of stock if you do some posts, but I'm not going to do it.
I did that for macros.
You actually did it though.
Yeah,
But you didn't get a call back.
No, I did get a call back.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah, but I didn't like the meals. There's too much cauliflower.
Fair.
Every meal had fucking cauliflower.
I'm just not a ready-made meal guy.
They start to taste the same after a while.
My muscle chef, I
was going to say, have you found any that are good?
I honestly think if you eat that shit daily, it just starts tasting the same. They like, it become, even though they're different meals, it just does become, because my mum bought some as well and had a crack, and
like they got similar spices.
Just
and
the same, it's the same like I don't know how to explain it.
It's the consistency and shit.
They're great, they're convenient and shit, but I've got time to cook, so I just cook.
There was a period where I was eating like, I don't know, it was like a month or two ago. I was having like one a day at minimum. Sometimes 1 to 2 a day. I'd mix it up. I wouldn't eat the same one, but I'd get that and then like a bag of the woolly salads. It's like there's like 450 grams of salad within it. Split it up between two, and then you just dump a whole heap of sriracha mayo on it. It was fucking cracker.
Sauces.
It was good when I couldn't be bothered. Like, and just like it was just like a good.
It's better than 3 packs of Goreng.
Exactly.
That shit gives
Is
me
it
heartburn.
Debatable.
Is it better than 3 packs of
I had
Goreng?
2 packets of it, and I had the worst indigestion. Tastes so good, but I just keep.
I get that as well.
You got to taper in. You can't have all the thing is, if you have all the seasonings.
Donnie's just nodding of approval. Yeah, that's correct. It's like,
No, you guys-
I felt that too.
Wait, you felt the heartburn or you felt the?
No, I felt the taper.
You got to taper in, because if you go all the seasoning sachets, then you're in strife. You
It's
got
like 5 grams of salt or something.
Salty
so
is
you
nuts,
bang all
man.
the sauce. You have the chili sauce with the soy and whatever the sweet soy and whatever else the other one is. But if you have all the seasoning, it's like. It's a hearty burn. You can't.
It was burning.
Yeah.
Some
So
quick
you only
eats
go
to
one of
sort it
those sachets. But then when you go up, so it's like there's ratios. So when you go up to 4 packets, you only have 2 of the seasoning ones. The sauces you stay strong with. If you're going 3 to 4 packets of the.
Oh, so you taper the. Oh, wow.
So you keep the sauce.
You're like
the
a chef
seasonings-
with this stuff.
Yeah, bro.
It's a
I've
science.
never had heartburn from
Do you
it.
drop the
so-
seasonings from high, or do you just dump it in? Like,
Yeah, it's a like the Joel seasoning,
Look at the
like
wrist.
the 90 degrees.
90 degrees.
Yeah. That's the only way to drop it in there. No, I had to wean off it. Cold turkey. I'm like 9 days without Goreng. That was like,
What made you?
huh?
What made you stop?
I was like, this is a problem. Like, I'd wake up and I'm having Goreng for breakfast, and then it took me 2 hours to get into my day.
You were just in a mega
was like-
coma.
just sweaty coma.
Yeah, just sweaty. I'm just like I'd see Cam, like, bro, I've ruined my morning. He's like, you're right. And like, I've had 3 packets of Goreng. He's like, oh, no good. And then he would cook 2 packets of Goreng and just ruin his morning. And
He's
just both.
bulking as well. So
both
he's
lethargic
eating,
messes.
He's eating a lot.
Do you ever put chicken with it? Have you ever done that?
Nah,
Just fry up some chicken thighs and put them in there?
I have it pure. I have it pure. I'd have a shake, bang that beforehand because the shake sucks. Piece of fruit, I'm going to have at some point with it. Goreng.
So protein shake and Goreng.
And a piece of fruit.
Mad. Health guy.
Yeah, health guy. That's it. Protein.
Have you guys seen like Dr. Mike's, like, obviously he's like bodybuilder, like cutting like crazy low macros and shit.
Yeah.
He'll post the most chat thing. It'll be like a protein bar, an apple, and then like egg white wraps. And then he's like, yeah, this is my lunch. And then people in the comments like, what are you doing, man?
Have you seen him when he'll eat like literally a whole loaf of bread? Did you say
He
those
has, he has, I don't know what it is. There's some low carb
Ezekiel bread. I think
low
it's called.
carb bread, and then he'll make like a casein sludge and just put it on. It looks like Nutella on toast, but disgusting. And he's like, yeah, this is, and he'll post the macros like 0 fat,
Zero fat,
50 protein, 100 carb.
Yeah.
There was a meme I saw on one of those pages, and it was actually pretty funny. And it was like, I don't know if it was a generalization, obviously, but it was like girls bulking versus guys bulking, and it was like girl bulking, and it was like oats, like overnight oats with like berries,
Literally
and like
me.
cinnamon on it, and like honey, and it was like this beautifully plated meal. And it was like guys bulking, and it was like a guy dry scooping protein and just like eating this sludge from a tuna can. It was like just like shoveling it in his mouth. Oh, I've been there.
Mega ring.
I've been there, just mega
Oh
ring.
my God.
You know the coconut sriracha?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, but I actually think that it ruins my stomach lining.
Bro, that shit, if you have too much of it, it's like...
Because the
it's
next
hot
day,
fire.
like my guts are legitimately fucked.
Are we getting old?
I think my 30 years of eating like a teenager
He's catching up
is
on
catching
you.
up to me.
You've done some damage.
Yeah, done some damage to my
Ass.
my
thought it was a
flora,
con- I
my
thought
gut
it-
flora. It's not. It's looking a bit. Just
Maybe we should layer in some of that Yakult. And we'll foster that culture.
That's it.
Yeah, my my
gut
microbiome
culture.
has been battling for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the coconut sriracha, mad sauce,
Marion's Kitchen.
but it
Marion's Kitchen's
definitely
bad,
has a upper limit of.
Like with anything, with most things, the dose makes the poison.
Well, apparently I need to taper it in.
You got to tape everything. You got to taper. You got to tape it. Man, I
Running
used to
sauces.
not like chili.
I love chili.
Now I'll drink coconut sriracha. I was tempted the other day to get. It's not that hot, but like to pick up a sriracha mayo bottle and just like have a sass.
just straight in.
Just like straight in. I've done it with honey before, like as a pre-workout, like Eric Bugg spec.
So
But
pre-workout,
sriracha mayo, I
sriracha.
was sussing. We're gonna, you know. Anyway, I'm a pig. It is what it is, guys.
What do you plan on doing with your like your eating post push pull run?
I want to get so shredded.
Do you want to get shredded?
Oh, I don't know about full shredded, but I'm gonna lean down a bit.
Are you going to do the marathon?
I don't think I'm gonna do the marathon. I am really enjoying lifting.
Yep.
At the moment, but I'm also really enjoying running, and I still do want to keep it sort of this like balanced. I just enjoy the balance of it, like the lifting, right? Like everything's progressing unreal. My running, everything's progressing.
I saw you made a post that you're pretty much at your peak, 12 months post.
Yeah.
The ankle.
Yeah, I think this is concurrently the fittest and strongest I've ever been. Like if I'm going to look at it, the way, I don't know, it's like a subjective thing. And it's probably stupid to look at, but for me and just my just rate of progress, and I think it helps just like actually gauge how far I've come through a few injuries, because sometimes you can be like, I've gone nowhere, I'm fucking has-been athlete, like as a youth, like you have those sort of things.
Washed up.
Yeah, I'm washed up, like you have that sort of stuff, and it can get you fucking down, especially as a coach working within all this shit. But it's like, oh, actually, hold on a second, like I'm almost as fit as I was when I was fighting, almost. Body weight, like from a muscle standpoint, is there. Strength-wise, strongest at a lighter body weight. So I'm like, there's a few boxes being ticked there. I'm looking at like where the weak points are. So for me, I think it's plyometric capability right now. So I do want to bring that up. Strength and like body comp. There's a few niggles right now. So I do think on like just overall tissue development, like I think that would be a nice focus. I've gone on a bit of a tangent here, but I think that between that and getting that bit leaner, I think in a few months' time I'll be like the fittest I've ever been as an all-round athlete, which I think was the goal. Like I did the bodybuilding shit, then I broke my ankle, and then I was like, hold on a second, like why the fuck am I going into bodybuilding when it's literally, it goes against everything that I want as an athlete. I want to be an all-round athlete. And what do I think function is? It's definitely not dieting to the point where I can't get a fucking boner anymore, and I might lose my fucking hair.
Can't eat mee goreng.
Can't eat mee goreng. Struggle to
definitely
function on a day-to-day basis. Like, man, I struggle to function on a full stomach. What's going to happen when I've got no food? Like, it just didn't make sense to do it. So I think that it's a nice point to be in. And yeah, it was funny. This is a tangent. How fucked, like how poor expectation management can skew your perception of a good training cycle. This 6-minute mile goal, I was like, these last 400s, I'm like, oh man, I'm doing shit. Like I'm doing shit. I'm not going to get the 6-minute mile. And it's like, hold on a second, you dickhead. Like literally everything in the gym is progressing. Every run metric has progressed like out of sight since I started running again. And in the 6-minute mile, I was like, oh man, I'm not going to get it. And it fucked it.
So you felt bad because
I wasn't going to get a 6-minute mile.
because your expectation was too high.
My expectation was too high. Yet everything was flying.
I still reckon you're going to get a 6-minute mile.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
No, I think I'm back on the competition days. Going to
Competition.
That competition. You can't say one thing wrong in here. Can you?
Watch out.
cut 'em down.
I'm waiting.
Right away. Has their knees. Bam. Competition. That competition day is going to jack us up.
The dog.
I hope
It's going to bring the dogs out.
Here's the thing, though. The competition will
What was that
help
word?
you.
What was that word? Did you hear?
The competition will help you if you believe it.
The
'Cause
competition.
As you guys are talking, I'm sitting here and thinking, I just need to believe that I'm going to get G'd up. And I will, though. Like, I will. I'll do better.
You're telling me on the last lap, because you know you can run them at the right pace. You know you can.
Not with incomplete rest. That was no rest.
You didn't see last week at the track.
Was he dead?
It was an off day.
We both were dead.
Because the week before, like the
was a
disparity
shit-
between the week before and that day was like, it was too
headwind.
big. So I think there was a bit going on.
Headwind.
The last 100 was a crazy
It was a
headwind.
crazy-
We were also at
Headwind will fuck
elevation. We were in high
Yeah,
altitude.
Frankston, bro, is so
There was
1.5 Ks. It's like the Mile High City, brother.
The back 100 had a really strong headwind. Like it was fucking windy.
What was?
So I don't know how much that would have taken a few seconds off your times too, for sure.
Do you reckon that the headwind slows you down more than the tailwind?
Oh, well, you got
like,
the
what
other
do you
way.
reckon?
I don't know.
I reckon the headwind, because psychologically
On the
sorry,
back
Dids,
100 too.
running into a headwind, you feel it.
It's the last 100 as well. It was the last 100. So it
I've
was
never
fucking-
felt the benefit of a tailwind, but I've felt the opposite. But once again, is that just
You know,
psychological?
it's like on the bike.
Yeah, because you're a glass half empty
On the
kind of guy.
bike,
You never fucking
you never-
switch that
with
around.
only with running.
Yeah, your glass is always half empty.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gold,
never
bro.
change your fucking
No.
attitude.
Yeah.
I'll admit, when it comes to when it comes to running, I'm a bit of a Debbie Downer, but with other things I'm not.
Nah, you're a Debbie down on the gym floor too. You always clip my
Oh, yeah,
wings.
so here's the thing. I tell Buzz that he's not allowed to max out every session, and that makes me a hater. I'm sorry, bro. Just have your best interest at heart. And then he listens to me and he has a good session. That's all I'll say.
And the funny thing is, I still do ask your opinion on load selection.
You won't even ask. You just look at me like, I shouldn't go up, should I? And I'm like, I didn't have to say anything. Did I?
Didier's very, Didier's very good at load
Yeah, no, I'm the worst client. I'm the worst
No, to
client.
be fair though, we're opposites. You need me to rein you back with your deadlifts. I need you to push me with my deadlifts. I'll hit something like,
yeah.
oh, that was kind of hard. And you're like, nah, bro, go up. And I watch your video. I'm like, yeah, true. I should probably go up.
This is actually funny because you pulled 270 last week.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
And I was going to pull 270 as well. And he was like, nah, you can't pull 270. Didier pulled that. You got to pull 272 and a half.
So you went to 272 and a half?
Did you do it?
I'm like, you got to
How was it? I want to see a video.
It was all right. Yours was fast.
Thank
Yours
you.
was very
Thank
fast,
you. I was happy
actually.
with that.
I couldn't believe that was your first PR in like...
First PR. I've
Was that a
technically
PR?
PR'd my
Yeah,
bench because I
268
tripled
was his old
128.
Are you going to go to
Yeah.
285 this week?
I think 280 to 25 would be reasonable.
285.
Yeah. 280 to 285.
Fuck, I got some work.
But
Maybe I
if
need
you're
that-
talking about being like has been
competition.
athletes, been a while since you've hit a PB. That was me like 6 months ago. I was doing I wasn't lifting heavy with my deadlifts. I was doing some pauses and shit. I was doing pauses like 190. I'm like, what's happening? I used to be good at lifting, like, but now it's the complete opposite. It's just one of those things. Like now, obviously, I'm hitting singles. I'm like, oh my god, man, I can be strong at deadlift. But
got that
as I try and remind my clients, it's all that work leading in that got you there. While you're doing the work, you're like, oh, this isn't even impressive. I'm not going to ever lift heavy again. No, obviously, that's the extreme. But you don't feel mad.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now you feel mad. But it's like, how'd you get here? You got here for the last year of training that's actually got you to this point. It's now you get the validation, but
Yeah.
it's all the training that doesn't give you validation that gets you to the point where you're like, oh, mad, I actually
That's it.
achieved something
The
here.
moral of the story: minimum 1 peak a year.
I was going to say, no.
Minimum 1 to 2 peaks. a year. I think that's
you need
the
to
moral.
structure the opportunities to give yourself those feelings.
Yeah.
That is very true. I'd say over the years, I've been someone who has been able to, and this, once again, this sounds like me gassing myself, and I always like to,
gas it up, man.
I always like to,
Gas it up.
Come on, we need Didier and Charlie to sell the flights fucking better.
I'll always give a preference before I gas myself up, but I'm going to gas myself up. I'm someone who hasn't needed like, oh yeah, like this big event to push. I think I push hard. Not to say that I don't get something out of pushing, but I hang around, even if there's no like big event to push for. But I think for most people, realistically, like I'm a weird cunt and I'm just addicted to lifting and it's a problem. But for most people, they do need those examples.
You sell those tickets, did you?
Most people need an example to show something. For most people, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm just going to fucking take 2 years and hit no PBs, but trust the process.
Yeah.
For me, I was able to go through that. And I legitimately knew I'd come at the end and I'd still have that hunger. But for most people, that's not the case. I just really love lifting. But most people aren't like that. Not saying I'm the best lifter, I'm not. But most people need those chances, like push pull run, like a comp, to taste it. Because most people can't just sell it, oh yeah, just 5 years, bro. 5 years. Like it's just it's this big like noble thing of like, yeah, just do the work. No, give people a chance to feel like they've actually achieved something. Like,
so I'm the opposite. Because now I've done I'm 100% the opposite because now I've peaked twice and I can see what the value that the quote unquote boring training is going to have.
Building.
To set me up into the next peak.
Building.
And it's going to be like, all right, that base building phase is like, yeah, it's more boring training. But looking at it from the angle that this is going to set my next peak up. Like it serves, and the thing is, I always understood the purpose.
Yeah.
I've always understood the purpose, but I just think having that layer of like, I'm gonna peak way harder next time. It's like it's required for me.
But
like,
it's a thing though, man. Like there'll be clients who always have like a comp coming up and they smash their training, and then as soon as there's like a non-specific period of training, like they know that this period of training is gonna help them. They've just got no spark. They just go through the motions, they drag their feet. There's not some really clear-cut thing of what are we actually achieving in this 6-week period. Happens to a lot of people. Like, and I say like, oh yeah, I'm committed to the process, but I'm sure there's been times in my training where there hasn't been a clear focus that probably dragged my feet a little bit. I haven't been as consistent. I haven't pushed as hard. Whereas suddenly when there's a comp coming up or there's, all right, we're going to hit towards this specific goal, even with like an accessory, I want you to max out the donkey kickback because you can. Like versus I'm just going to, but you've got to have things to push for versus I'm just going to go through motions and do it. No, you're going to stack the fucking, you're going to stack the glute machine. Fucking earth, let's go.
I was just about to say like obviously we're big RPE pushers and we love the idea of this like auto-regulated training. On the good days push hard, on the off days pull back a little bit, but giving yourself like an objective, whether it's a time frame, whether it's a goal, or
you need things to push towards.
Yeah, like an actual like
towards.
or you do with your clients like your AMRAP sort of weeks and all of that sort of stuff. Like having these things built in where there is an objective reason as to what you're trying to try, like what you're pushing for.
Because we can say that just train between an RPE of 6 to 8, do approximately 3 to 4 sets of each, and it's like, yeah, okay, good, that's all good and well. We know that's.
I want to fucking kill my training.
That's not a very aspiring way to get someone to actually push towards goals. Like realistically, people need a bit of a kick up the ass to get places. Like that's just how it works.
I think peak's a good way to teach. I think you said it about like just people not training hard and like the non-specific stuff. And so that when they get to a peak, it's like the hardest thing on earth.
100%.
But I think a peak and like showing someone how much intent that they can actually apply to hard training is a fantastic teaching tool to get them into a non-specific block and actually attack it. It's like, all right, you know how you had that approach and trying to hit the single the same? I want you to do the 2x8 with the fucking donkey kick.
It's like when you'll give someone an RPA 6 to 7 and they just like drag their feet. It's like, if you actually work in RPA 6 or 7 on any exercise, it's legitimately challenging. Like, okay, it's not an RPA 9, but you're doing 100. Your goal is to do 105 at an RPA 6 or 7. Like, obviously, it is good to have those higher RPAs because most people respond well to like feeling like they're pushing hard. But you don't have to wait till that point to start pushing hard. Everything is a chance to get quality work in, to add 2.5 kilos, 5 kilos, and all those things obviously add up over time to build the progress that you want to see.
Absolutely. So we'll come back to it. If you're interested in doing our novice powerlifting comp, it'll be the first link down below. We'd love to work with you, and we all know that you'll love it as well. Everybody does. They're big G up, but we're going to leave that there, fellas. Thank you very much for listening. 5 stars on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see you in the Discord because we're uploading. Ciao. The fact that you've made it to the end of all the shit talk tells me that you're somebody who probably aligns with our style of training and just us as people, which means we would love to work with you. We have 3 main ways in which you can work with us. We have our full comprehensive gym membership and coaching service. That's for those who are in the area of Moorabbin and want to use our gym. The second is our online coaching services where you'll be connected with the best suited coach and we'd work with you in a one-on-one online format to make sure your training program and nutrition strategies align with your goals for performance outcomes. Third and finally, we have our training app. And as a listener of the podcast, you can get a free month of the app by using the code podcast. Both the coaching services and the link to the podcast will be down below. Please check them out. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me personally on Instagram, and I'll be happy to chat. Also, if you could give us 5 stars on Spotify or YouTube or even a Google review, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.